Hi, my name is Michele, and I've been positive since 1991. I was 21, a new wife and a new mother, and this guy who I thought was my husband's friend said that he would take me to my husband. Instead, he took me to a graveyard and he raped me. The next day, once they found out who it was, I was told that he had the ninja, which is what in this little small town they termed for HIV. And I said I wasn't worried. But some years later, a couple of years later, I found out that I was positive. They actually knew in 1987, not too long after the rape, but because I said I did not want the results, the health department didn't tell me. I had 2 children while I was infected and didn't know, but by the grace of God, they're negative. I went on after those years and I declined and I got really sick because I was a single mother and I had to try to work in the medication that they were giving me. 32 pills a day wasn't working at that time for me and my working. Me trying to work and me trying to raise my kids. So back in 2009, I moved to Rochester, New York. And I came here to die because my mother had died, and I came where my father was. And instead, I found great health care. I found a doctor who worked with me with the medicines and introduced me to the new regimens that was out there. I found new health care teams, support groups, and all of those things. And I started to get my will to live back. And then I got diagnosed with cancer. But I didn't let that stop me either. So while I was recovering from all of that and getting my T cells back up, because when I got here, I had 11 T cells with my immune system operating at 2%. And as I got my health back up after I got on medication, I started going back to school. And I started feeling like, hey, I do have a reason to live. And then I started learning the science that, hey, you don't have to die with HIV. HIV is not a death sentence anymore. So how can I live? So I started attending school online. I got my associates in business administration. And then because of all of those who had helped me, I got my bachelor's in social work. But then I wanted to open my own nonprofit. So I went on and I got a master's degree in public administration. And I did all of that from 2010 to 2016. I was finished with those. I started doing conferences, trying to empower my other peers. One of the conferences in Rochester I do annually, it's called Take Charge. Showing people that, hey, taking your medications, you can take charge of your life. You can take charge and manage your health. Bringing in the new science, because the undetectable equal untransmittable, it was kind of hard to break through in my community. And so making sure that we brought that education along, that, hey, you are imposing stigma on yourself because you can't believe that when you're taking your medicines. You know, if we're saying that we want other people to accept us with the science that's now that we're not contagious and you can touch us, then why can't we accept that undetectable is untransmittable? And the biggest testimony to that is I'm married to a man that's HIV negative, and we've been married for 21 years, and he has not contracted HIV. So HIV is not the end all. HIV can bring some positivity into your life, not just that positive diagnosis, But if it's depending on you, you have to look within yourself, take your medication, get with your peers, and you can live. That's what I did.